welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for August the 13th through August the 13th through August the 19th. Now, this is for your sun, moon, and rising, guys, and these are general readings. So if you would like a personal reading, you can click right here on this link up here, and that will give you some information on how to get a personal reading with me. Listen, guys, I'm so excited. I am up to over 4K in subscribers. That's huge for me. I am so grateful and I'm so ecstatic. When I upload videos, it kind of goes down a bit and then goes back up. So it might be a little below when you check it out, but it will raise higher. So I'm really excited, and thank you, really thank you for subscribing. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you stopped by, and I really hope that you'll come back, and I hope you enjoy your readings here. I start off with an astrological report for the week, and then I go into the readings for your horoscope. And as I said before, it's for your sun, moon, and rising. All the links will be below in the show more section. You'll also get other links down there you can check out. Check me out on Patreon. There's a link right here or below in the show more section, and that's another way to support me. And check me out on Instant Go. That's down below also. What else? I think that's it. If you are returning, thank you. I really appreciate you, because you keep coming back and you give me that inspiration to keep going with this. Now, the astrological report for the week. The big news is that Mars, and tonight, I'm actually recording this on Sunday, Mars is moving, it's still moving retrograde, and it's going back into the sign of Capricorn. Now, Mars loves Capricorn, right? Because it can get things done. However, it is retrograde, so we may kind of experience some clashes business-wise, because Capricorn kind of rules business and career and ambition, and Mars is get up and go and take action, right? So we might kind of have some, this is really a good time for you to look at all the blockages that you put in. Why do you procrastinate? What makes you procrastinate? Is it fear? Is it what is it for you? It's good to look at that so that you can remove those blocks and get ready for when it goes direct to spring into action. This is a really good time to plan, right? To get your ducks in a row, to think about what is your next move. How are you going to make that move? So if you know that, when you know that Mercury is in retrograde and you've got this, and you've got it, and it's in Capricorn, which is very ambitious and business oriented, you can really plan your future business-wise and spring into action once it goes direct at the end of the month. Now, also, Mercury is retrograde too, and that is really slowing down and getting ready to go direct on Saturday the 18th. Another good time to, get your ducks in a row. Maybe get an oil change for your car. If you have to get to work, leave a little extra early, because you could run into some delays on the subways or trains or things like that. So it's very good to kind of leave a little extra early, especially if you have an important meeting. Definitely plan ahead and leave a bit early. Better to be early than late, isn't it? And you can always hang out and get a cup of tea and relax before you go into your meeting or before you go into work. So that's, when Mercury goes direct, there's always a little time, maybe a week or so, 5 to 7 days, of where the effects of Mercury direct is still happening. So it's very important to remember that, to allow for that. So if you've noticed that people are a little passive aggressive, or you've got that, silent freeze from some people, that will all change and abate once these planets go direct. Also, a good thing to be aware of is, or to be conscious of, is, you know, Mercury is all about electronic messages, right? Communication. So be aware, make sure that you are sending your message to the correct person when replying, right? Or responding. So be very aware. I mean, I think we've all done that. I've responded or replied to somebody in error. So without further ado, let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your reading for August the 13th through August the 19th. And and please forgive me for being so late. I had some technical issues, so I've just got it sorted and I have to do these. So I'm sorry. Mercury's in retrograde. What can I say? Okay, so the first card out for you is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords has come up a lot. He's like the champion for justice, right? He's here, I come to save the day. He passes down judgment very quickly. So I've got the feeling that this card, the first thing I got when I looked at this card was don't rush to judgment. So I feel, I'm clarifying it as the Seven of Wands, right? So the Seven of Wands is about conflict, right? You have conflict probably at work, probably. But this could mean internal conflict. But I have a feeling that there is something going on. Now, when the Seven of Wands comes in, it's saying address this, right? Because this is important for you to come from a higher perspective and a higher position when you come out. And when I say higher, I don't mean looking down on people, you know, but hearing what everyone has to say. You can bend a little, but do not compromise your values. Have the courage to stand up and to do what you believe is right. Now, right for the higher good of everyone, but definitely right because it's the right thing to do, right? So be righteous, but don't be self-righteous, right? This is about really coming from a spiritual place when you are handling this, and don't avoid it because and don't succumb to peer pressure either. Don't make a decision just because you feel like the odd man out when you know in your heart that it's not the right decision. So go with what you know is the right decision, and not from a place of greed, as I said, self-righteousness. Now, the next card is the Wheel of Fortune, darling. This is turning in your direction. You've got the Tower clarifying it, right? So the Tower, this is where the Wheel of Fortune goes all the way around. It goes down to the bottom, then it starts to come up. So you're at the bottom right now, right? And it's going to start to turn in your direction. And the Tower is something has to go. Now, this kind of fell out before. Well, it flipped over and I put it back in and then it came back out. You know, nobody likes the Tower, darling. They don't. But guess what? The Tower is a necessity. So something has to go from your life, Pisces. And whatever it is, it's going to be for the better. You need to get rid. So this could be, look, this could be losing a job. It could be losing a house. It could be losing a relationship. I'm probably more like a job or something, you know, or an apartment or something like that. But honestly, it doesn't feel great when you're in the Tower. I've been there, darling. But when you actually, if you can actually see down the road and you could see the wonderful things that are going to come from this, you wouldn't feel so devastated by this, you know, because this is, you're just like, oh God, just let me get this too shall pass, let me get through this and things are going to be so much better. So when you know that, you can go through it and you're not really affected by it. Do you know what I mean? Of course you get a little bit of affected by it, but as I said before, it's just a little bit, you know, it's discomfort as opposed to devastation, you know. And having said that, if you take the action before the Tower comes in, the Tower doesn't need to be here, right? Regardless of the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction, Pisces. So things are really going to start looking up. And that's so evident because now the next card is the Empress. And she is this manifesting, positive, magical, sensual, sensuous female energy that's coming in. She's nurturing, she's pregnant with brilliant ideas and solutions to this. This is just, look, she's got all the signs of the zodiac there. She's got Venus and love, she's holding on to that. This is like, she represents Venus, that beautiful, feminine, creative energy. So this is saying that you have the power, and guess what? Clarifying her is the Ten of Pentacles, all your needs being met. So that is right after, I'm telling you, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. So the Tower is going to be done with, and you're going to move forward and all your needs will be met. You're going to manifest. You're going to create an incredible life and situation for yourself, because that's what happens when the Empress comes in. She has all this magical manifesting power. So that's you, darling. Even if you're male, tap into your feminine side, tap into your creative side. Don't forget the wheel, darling. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. Don't worry about anything that's taken away. If something's taken away, it's just making room for something much better, much more fulfilling, and much more nurturing and helpful in your life. Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, and comment. I love comments and feedback. And subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. If you would like a personal reading with Mary, please go to www.liveinthesolution.com.